Man, Shay, we'll shut your ass up, man. You ain't ready that, bro. We gonna cover whatever I decide to cover. What's up, though, Malachi? I appreciate that support. Yeah, that man ain't gonna never shut up, bro. Because it's a kid. That's why. What's up, Golson? Hazy, what's good? Yeah, man, it is, man. This way go. Bucket stopped coming in here like that. Now he don't switched over to other niggas. This man here. Oh boy, I'm feeling like a man when I run through. All right, what's up, Kenny? He about to switch over to the Kenny 2K Junior account now. Watch. Why'd you switch over that? He switched over to the support one now. This nigga. This nigga, he just got them. This nigga just got these accounts lined up so that he can just hit the button and just switch over and come on here. Nigga, crazy. Anyways, give it another minute and a half. Give a little bit more folks time to come up here. If I ain't got that limited sheep hair cap, now he DeMarcus. Oh shit. Might say he left me to go get the milk. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if y'all saw it on the community, but you can definitely see it here. We got 4 different shows on here today. And it's some shows that hold on. Now it's no debuts. Well, hold on. It's like no, actually, yeah, this is the debut of Reasonable Doubt. I don't think I ever covered anything in relation to Reasonable Doubt on my live before. Everybody said don't dominate the super chat, but not taking care of his son. Get him out of here. Ali was good. All right, I'm gonna get that thing 30 more seconds, and we're gonna just go ahead and get into it. Got another Kanan up in here. If you came in, make sure y'all hit that like button because this thing definitely had what 15 people in here so far with 5 likes. Hit the like button as you come in. Mine said I'm on. This nigga, he getting started on Talia, bro. This might gotta be stopped. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Like we always do. I got 4 topics, but this time we got 4 different shows. This is the first time I ever did 4 different shows on live before. So it's gonna be I'm keeping the same concept basically, We're gonna stick with showing them a clip and then the reaction on what should have happened, who is right, who is wrong, what could have happened, the what ifs in this particular scene. So we got that for reasonable doubt. Also, we're gonna for those of y'all that do watch it, the scene the first 2 episodes, we'll cover some more information, because I didn't really do a review or a recap for episodes 1 and 2, which I think I'm gonna double back and do, but we can talk about that as well. And then we got All American. To be honest with y'all, All American is absolutely one of my favorite shows, actually. Like, did I like that Daniel Ezra and Daniel Ezra and what's Asha's real name? I forgot his real name. But anyways, and then of course Tay Diggs came out once they started, getting rid of a lot of the people that was part of the original. Did I like that? Nah, but to be honest with you, I went ahead and gave season 7 a try. And it was pretty damn good still. So but yeah, we have a scenario with that one. Same concept. What would you have done in this situation? Who was wrong? Who was right? All of that. And this one right here, that's why I hope we got a lot of Snowfall fans up in here. Because Snowfall is the shit. And I'm still waiting on, the spin out for more information on that. But we got another one also with Snowfall. If you can see the thumbnail right up here at the left hand side, then you kind of probably already know what we're going to be discussing on. This is a situation between Franklin and Louie with Snowfall. And then lastly, we have Power. This is a classic. And also, by looking at the thumbnail, you probably know what that's going to be about. The classic Ghost and Tasha. So that's our 4 topics for today. See, this comment section is starting to hit. It's probably that fool. Yeah, of course it's this nigga. I already knew it's this nigga. Nobody watch this show. Just because you don't watch it, don't mean nobody else watch it. Joey lays out. Okay, so All American in Power. Cool. Hey, how you don't know what Snowfall is? I can understand reasonable doubt, but you should know what Snowfall is. Even if you don't watch it, you should know what it is. I know Cameron is Shay Wu. Even if you ain't Michael, you Shay Wu for sure. My homie said he just started rewatching All American. Bro, to be honest with you, I want to restart all of it because when I was grabbing the clips and stuff for today's live, it made me want to rewatch it. But I'm already in the midst of rewatching book two, so I said, "No, I don't want to be watching, all of them in between." But I'll get to it eventually. I I tuned out of All American once Tay Diggs' character died. Homecoming was nice too. Hey, I'm gonna incorporate Homecoming a little bit. Maybe it just sucks that Homecoming is done already. But yeah, yeah, Snowfall is definitely top tier. No question about it. Snowfall was a whole league of his own. Brings back real hood. Yeah, nostalgia for sure. I keep telling folks by the writing, just the writing. If you go by the writing and the overall acting and stuff like that, Snowfall, you can make a strong argument Snowfall is better than Power. Now, Power just has the juice of the characters and stuff like that. Like Ghost is unmatched. It's no character on Snowfall that can match Ghost. You know what I'm saying? And then of course, it had a much bigger budget than Snowfall. But if you just go by simply watching the two shows, and this is crazy for me to say this because I'm a super Power fan. Like Power is my favorite. Although I'm being honest, that Snowfall is the better show. But yeah. First off, I didn't say your leg name was Michael. I said you Shay Wu, nigga. Reasonable Doubt is on Hulu. Book two wasn't so bad to me. People got to realize they teen and young adults. Book two, no. I'm not saying book two was bad. If in case you was thinking, I was implying that book two wasn't bad at all, especially the first two seasons. I just don't think it's as good as the original Power, obviously, Snowfall or Raising Canaan. I'll put those shows ahead of book two overall. But book two, yeah, it was good. No question about it. Book two lacked the whole street aspect and not getting the trio. I mean, I don't honestly, me personally, I don't even care too much about the trio part. Book two for me was just unrealistic. It was unrealistic, and then it had certain parts on it. It didn't make sense with certain things. They had so many holes up in it, and then like they'll touch on something and then just go away from it. So that was the issue with book two. And like I said, I give them some grace for season four because I know that the show was canceled last minute on them, so that's not really their fault. And season four still gave us some good episodes. It just, you know, it didn't make sense because of how they was constantly moving from place to place like that. Yeah, Snowfall's better than Power, bro. I'm like, I just got to be honest. The writers of Snowfall wrote Legacy. Y'all think they would do good? Hey, shit, if it's anything as good as Snowfall, hell yeah. He said Ghost is like a superhero soap opera show. Yeah, Power is more dramatic and brings you into the show more. Yeah, exactly. See, like I think that's what I was trying to like with Takari. I was explaining if you are just a fan of getting to, hurry up and getting to the point and bang bang shoot, bang bang, getting to that quickly, more action and drama and violence and stuff like that, then yeah, you'll like Power better, and that would make sense why you would like Book Two better, or even Force better than Raising Kanan. But if you are a true fan of cinema and the art of filmmaking and acting, you can't argue that Book Two is better than Snowfall, Raising Kanan. You really can't argue that. Yeah, well, yeah, I know certain people hate Book Two. One of the reasons why I know a couple of people that said that they dislike Book Two is because of the emergence of the LGBT Q community showing up too much up in it. Like I know a couple of people that said they stopped watching it once they saw that. Yeah, and some of them mad about Ghost not coming back. That's true. Anyways, though, let's go ahead and get started, people, on Reasonable Doubt. For the people that is Reasonable Doubt fans, I'm gonna need y'all to come in, and even for the people that don't watch it, I'm gonna give you the scenario and share the clip so that you can understand at least. Even if you don't watch it, you can a little bit, you can kind of understand what's going on. And you can sort of make a judgment by what you see and what's being said. So Reasonable Doubt. Hold on, what is that? All right, so you got in Reasonable Doubt. I'm pretty much starting on um basically bagging off season two. In season two, the two of the leads, the lead is Jax, who is the attorney, and then her husband Lewis. They ended up getting into, having a little situation where they kind of was in a open, almost in an open relationship because they was nearly facing divorce, right? And to be honest, Jax is the one who started that because she the one started the drama with Michael Ealy's character. Yes, Michael Ealy was in the first season of Reasonable Doubt, and that pretty much kind of started damaging their relationship. She also cheated on this nigga with their security dude. So, anyways, in the middle of that, the husband ended up getting a little frustrated with all that was going on, and he smashed one girl. But the problem is he smashed her raw and ended up getting her pregnant. And the crazy thing is they decided to go ahead and make their marriage work. And that's when the girl so happened to show back up saying she's pregnant. So in the middle of the pregnancy, you know, the Jax is basically planning to, go ahead and try to still make the marriage work because they went through counseling, shit like that. And then the baby ended up dying after it was born. And the mother decided to file a lawsuit blaming them for the death of it. So now they're facing a lawsuit. It's been a back and forth. And pretty much they came up with the conclusion that the lady basically she wanted closure from the father, which is Jackson's husband. With that being said, she's saying she wants this nigga to spend one last night with her to basically remember their son and stuff like that. And that's pretty much where we ended up getting here to the clip that I'm about to show you. Oh shit, my bad. I'm gonna be honest, this is kind of crazy. Like the girl that you ended up getting pregnant. You know how women are once they had a child. Like, look at Diana, how she was when she had a child and lost hers. How she instantly wanted Tariq to make another one, right? So you really believe that that girl wasn't gonna be trying to smash? Come on, bro. So that's pretty much the clip. So pretty much this nigga has to go over to the same who he got pregnant house, spend a whole night with her, and she would assign the loss, basically give up the lawsuit and let the shit go. So my question, I wish Talia was up in here too, but Ali, I'm gonna have to lean on you a little bit more. So if this was the case with you, would you be okay? Like you know, you're trying to push through, you're trying to move on in your marriage. Um, you're trying to move on in your marriage. So you basically at a point where this is the only way you could maybe get this thing done. Would you actually be okay with that and trust your husband to go over there for one night and just seal the deal? Also, I put that nigga camera on in timeout. Just letting y'all know, moderators. I don't know if y'all tried to do it or not, but I definitely got that nigga. That nigga doing way too much. You said he knew. He knew. That's why. Yeah. Hey, hey, hold on, Kenny. Do you watch the show? Cause I ain't gonna lie to you. The girl. Hey, the girl bad too. That's that. Malachi, you asked, do I know who Fair Play is? Yeah, I definitely know who he is. We all in this chat know who Fair Play is. It's 2 seasons so far, Kenny. This is season 3 that we're in now. So Ali, you said hell nah. So why not? Think about this. So look, let me go ahead and try to win you over. Think about this. I get it that he was able to get this girl pregnant, and of course that got to be a very painful reminder that your husband went and had sexual relations with another woman. But keep in mind, so did you. In fact, you were first, and not only were you first, you actually had sexual relations with 2 guys and almost a third, um because Morris Chestnut almost got her too, but she was able to resist him. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, he might get her this season too. We're gonna see. But so think about this. The only reason why that kind of happened is because you was the one who stepped out first, and he just finally gave in and did it as well. Only thing that sucks is that he ended up getting the girl pregnant and you didn't. uh, hey, Takar, I told you gotta watch. Even if you don't watch the other one, bro, you gotta watch Snowfall. All American got 7 seasons, so I can understand it. Well, Snowfall got 6, but still, All American got 7 seasons, and each season got at least 16 episodes. Some of them even got like 20 some episodes. So All American is a lot, even though it is good, but it's gonna take a while. But all these shows is good, bro. Baby gone now, so why go back? I'm a black woman that don't cheat, so it's hard to understand this. Well, I'm just saying, put yourself in Jack's shoes and know that you did step out. It sucks that he didn't scrap up. He got caught slipping, got her pregnant, and now they got this huge lawsuit on their head. Keep in mind the lawsuit I think is for 1.5 million. So you got a huge lawsuit on your head that you going back and forth with. That's only getting worse. It's not getting any better. And the only way that you can get this thing off your back is to let your husband go over for that one night and give her some closure. So I mean, so what if he ended up bending her over on the couch like she said? You know what I'm saying? What's up, Talia? I need you up in here. I mean, so first and foremost, Talia, do you watch Reasonable Doubt? Only other show I watched up here was All American up until Billy B. Well, the part we're dealing with All American is way before Billy B died. So, DeMarcus, what's good? You kind of still at the beginning. We talking about the situation with Reasonable Doubt, where Lewis ended up getting, I forgot her name, but the girl that he got pregnant. Oh, so Talia don't watch it. Okay, so really quick, I'm gonna give you the run through. Really quick. So basically, what's going on in this show at the moment is Jax, which is the lead, and Lewis, who is one of the leads, their husband and wife. Jax ended up stepping out first, right? And they nearly got a divorce, but they ultimately decided to not, go through with the divorce. They went through some counseling and therapy, and they was able to, continue their marriage. However, in the midst of the marriage, they ended up in the midst of the marriage. Lewis ended up stepping out too, since she did. Keep in mind, she stepped out first, and then after that, he did it, and he ended up getting a woman pregnant. Now, long story short, the baby ended up dying, but the lady blames him and his wife, which is Jax, for the death of the baby, and is now suing them for a $1.5 million lawsuit. Basically, she's angry. Thank you for the name, DeMarcus. Her name is Tony, and basically she's suing them, and she's saying the only way she'll drop the lawsuit is if the husband Lewis was to go over to her house for one night to give her closure. Now, Lewis is telling, I played the clip already, but I kind of don't want to have to play it again. But Lewis told her nothing's gonna happen between them. I just want this lawsuit thing done. But keep in mind, Tony is very attractive. I'm gonna be honest. And you already smashed once. And let's just be real. If a woman says she won't closure for one night, she trying to smash. Now, maybe that's not your intentions, but So my question to you, Talia, is if you was put in these shoes, would you allow your husband? Keep in mind, y'all have been through therapy. She said she do trust him, and you're trying desperately to get rid of this lawsuit. So would you allow your husband to go ahead and head over to her house for the one night to get the lawsuit done and trust that he's gonna do the right thing and not mess around? DeMarcus, she really did, bruh. She really did. Now, Jax was smart with that contract that she wrote up. Takari, it's crazy that you said that, bro. I said the same thing. Yes, bro. I said the same thing. I said, bro, look at how Diana was acting when she lost her baby in book 2. She's trying to get pregnant again, bro. She's trying to catch his ass slipping and get pregnant again. And I don't want to talk about too much of what happened because for the people that haven't watched yet, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but so yes, Talia, overnight. She said spend 12 hours with her. So overnight. It's got to be equal opportunity cheating if he go out I'm going too. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. But keep Morris Chestnut was over her house that same night. Not intentionally. It's not like she just called them over, but they ended up working. Keep in mind, Jax is an attorney for the people that don't know, and she ended up watching. She ended up working another case, and Morris Chestnut's character is also involved. So he spent the night over there because they had a client that needed to stay over her place and make sure he didn't go nowhere. Yeah, I know episode 3 is on right now. I'm gonna have to watch it when I get back because I got another job at 1:30 that I gotta do. So when I get back, I'll watch it. So don't if you've seen the episode, do not drop any spoilers for episode 3. Please and thank you. I will watch it soon. I'm gonna watch it probably tomorrow morning. My girl would rather me lose 1.5 million instead of going over. That is crazy. That is crazy, bro. Yo, can't stop long. Y'all talking reasonable doubt. Yeah, we talking reasonable doubt, CG. Jax lied to Lewis about Cory Cash being at the show did. Show did. Yep, she show lied. And the reason being, DeMarcus, we all know that she low key want something, because she's attracted to him. But she's trying to be faithful to her marriage, so she's holding it in. But at the same time, let's be real. We know a lot of women do this. They look for an excuse so they can do some bullshit. And once they get caught in their bullshit, they can say, "Oh, well, you did this and you did that. So why I know you ain't getting on me about." Yes, we are. You did some bullshit and you know it. Haven't seen episode 3 yet, but for episodes 1 and 2, I think Ozzy's pops was smashing Wendy. Oh, oh, and Ozzy's agent is the culprit. Oh man, you know what I think? Because judging back, I actually only watched it once. I need to rewatch, but you know, I was thinking that the sister, because you remember, the sister, I think she's doing something that she actually may have been the one who did. Either I think the mama may have been the one that took out, the girlfriend. What's the girlfriend name again? Um, I don't know what the girlfriend's name is, but I can't remember what the white, the white girl that he's dating, girlfriend. So I think either his sister or Ozzy's mom is the person who took her out. And that's the good thing about this show, y'all. Like I told you, it's like a black drama version of Forensic Files Sleep. Like it's crazy. It's really a good show. Where you know what, DeMarcus, that is a good question. Where is Tony's daughter? So she says she will drop the lawsuit if they can have a slumber party. Sus as well. Yeah, it's definitely sus, but that's pretty much what's going on. But think about it. It's a $1.5 million lawsuit. So would you let your husband go on ahead and potentially clap her cheeks one last time in order to get rid of that lawsuit? And let's just say, even if you do, you better scrap up. I'm just saying. Ozzy Edwards' girlfriend could be a transgender woman. And this is the secret that Rosie Ozzy mother told. Oh, I think you don't seen something that I made in catch the Marcus. That's a little crazy. I I think thought sister at first, but two. But after a rewatch, I think it is the agent to handle the girlfriend, Wendy. So I'm definitely gonna give episodes 1 and 2 a rewatch myself. And then I guess I'll, rewatch episode 3 again. I guess I'll do all three, then I'm gonna try to do a recap Hopefully, I can go ahead and complete at least the rewatch of the of all 3 episodes by tomorrow, and then we can do a review on episode 3 tomorrow. Yeah, the girl's name is Wendy, right? I believe that Alice unalived Wendy for Ozzy. Wait, who is Alice? Alice is the It's on Hulu to live. How long did it take you to get hooked to Reasonable Doubt? Bro, to be honest with you, bro, in an instant. Yeah, in an instant, because like my girlfriend at the time, I was watching it with her, and I ain't gonna lie, I got hooked pretty easily. It was that good to me. I honestly, bro, I'm gonna give it like it's a testament to Michael Ealy, bro. Like I feel like everything this nigga is on end up being really good. How good is Reasonable Doubt? If I had to give it a scale 1 out of 10, I'll give it a solid. I'll give it a 7 for sure, at least a 7, 7, 7.5. It's like I say, it's pretty damn good. Transform. I hope she didn't win no damn transformer. I would let him go if I really want the lawsuit gone, but Shorty gonna demand he not use the condom soon as he pull it he pull it out his pocket. Hey, he gonna have to make a deal with it. But like, hey, look, no condom, we ain't doing this. Cause I'm not getting you pregnant the second time. Oh yeah, yeah. Man, see, like I only seen it once, so stuff is kind of foggy, and it's been a couple of days ago. But yeah, he did call somebody at the end of the episode, and you was wondering like what's going on with that. But you don't think y'all don't think that stuff is like misleading? Cause let's be real, season 2 they definitely got us with that. Ozzy's sister Kristen will hook up Daniel Jack's assistant. Oh yeah, yeah, I did see that. Cause he like black girls anyway. That boy about to be that nerdy nigga about to be happy as hell. It's pretty solid to be honest. Plus, since this season they soon be stepping up their production even more to be reminiscent of Power. Yeah, because this is about to be go. They about to go into their 4th season. So yeah, it works like that. And it's another good thing about it is that it's another show for us to watch to help get through until it's time for Power. Because about time this will be ending, Power will be returning. All right, CG, appreciate you stopping through, man. Ozzy was talking to Alex on the phone. I hope we get a scene with Cash Doll, aka Nisha, and Brandy Evans, aka Monica, together. Yeah, I love me some Brandy Evans, boy. Tell you that. She from my hometown, so only thing though, I got some Evans in my family, so I said, yeah, that's probably. But yeah, Brandon, my girl. No, Joseph is only in this new season. But yeah, like I said, great. That's just one of many good scenes that just took place up in yeah, Brandy, that girl for sure, and she's really cool and stuff like that in person. Um, I'm not sure. I think when we I went with her, we went to the BET Awards. I think the picture of us is on my Instagram. Is it? I'm not sure. If it's not, it's definitely on my Facebook. goodness. Let's see. It would be interesting if Bill Sterling' wife is an attorney that got beat in a case by Jax and seeking revenge on Jax. Hmm. Yeah, it would be. Nothing I've ever thought about, but yeah. Joseph Sakura, aka Tommy, aka Bill Sterling, is a snitch and reasonable doubt, just like he was. Of course, you'll say some shit like that. But yeah, he did throw Jax under the bus, which wasn't good. Yeah, there you go. Hold on, what the hell is going on with? Yeah, there go. That's us at the BET Awards 2022. That's right before the Diddler got in trouble. Tommy, aka B Rad, aka Malibu's Most Wanted. Ozzy Edwards looked like a younger version of Dre. Nigga look like a version of Cassius Clay. Yeah, it was matching that day. All right, though. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next topic, and that is we are now at All American. Now, a couple of y'all watch this, more of y'all watch this one, so y'all can kind of engage some of y'all. So, um, in All American, I'm in this particular one. We in season? Well, we in season two. Could I see Marseille Martin in Power Legacy as Tariq new love interest? Try to remember. Let me make sure we're talking about the same person. Yeah, that's what I thought she was talking about. I mean, I don't know. She just looks so. He looks young too, though. But I don't know. She looks like such a kid to me. Like she almost looks like Yaz, you know, Yaz age to me. She looks so damn young. Yeah, that's what I said. She's a baby. But yeah, All American season two. If you can remember, really in season one, the father Cory James returned, right? And he ended up blowing up Grace James and Billy Baker's world because he at the time was the only one that actually no, him and Billy's father, um, Willie, knew about it as well. That they ended up having an affair, and Cory found out about it. That's the reason why he left his family and went and made a new life up in what was it? Arizona, I believe. No, Nevada. So in this particular matter, Grace basically ended up having the affair because um her husband at the time, Cory, was basically not really paying her much of attention because he was so focused on trying to get back in shape to play football because he was trying to make the NFL, right? But at the same time, he he also was sick, which he didn't tell nobody. I think he had some kind of cancer. And then Billy, on the other hand, he had lost his career because he blew his knee out. And him and Spencer's mom, Grace, used to date back in the day. Y'all know the story for the most of y'all. So I got a scene for this one. I think this was about one of the best scenes as far as season two, where they were sharing the reason why the affair happened. So I guess at the end of this question, I'll ask the question afterwards.
Really missing you. Then you called and said you weren't coming home.
Oh,
That you were going to hang back and network with the other coaches. In that moment,
but I felt like I wasn't enough.
I was really missing you. Then you called and said you weren't coming home. That you were going to hang back and network with the other coaches. In that moment,
but I felt like I wasn't enough. I don't think you understand. I spent my entire life training to be a professional football player. And I did it. I was in stadiums, living out my dream. And just like that, I busted my knee and it was over. The clock had stopped running. But I was adamant. I had to keep that clock going. All right, I was trying to will my knee back into playing shape, but every time I failed, I felt like I was failing you, like I was failing my family. And then that night.
Also, if you're familiar with this scene already, go ahead and let me know in the chat. If you're not, you can also let me know. So, because you'll probably need some more explaining.
That night you told me you thought I should quit playing football. You have no idea how betrayed I felt. I was the lowest I'd ever been in my life. And my own wife. It felt like she didn't believe in my dreams anymore. It felt like you didn't believe in me.
I wasn't giving up on us.
All right. He's not blaming you. Just how he felt. Okay, it's okay.
I needed to talk to someone who knew that I couldn't quit playing football. So I went to Crenshaw.
To see Grace.
To see his father. I was walking to clear my head, turned a corner, and Billy was standing there. Couldn't even bring himself to cross the threshold.
Willie never liked Laura.
Exactly. So for him to go in there and tell him what Laura said, that would just make things worse. So I offered him an ear, and he did the same for me. He told me that you probably hadn't gotten past not being able to play football professionally, and that you probably never felt worthy and was worried that I would stop loving you. I need you to know that no matter how upset or frustrated I got,
I never stopped loving you, but I was too blinded by my own pain to see what I was putting you through. So I did the easy thing and leaned on an old friend, someone who didn't see me as an injured, washed-up football player.
right, like I did.
No. Grace actually understood why you wanted me to stop playing. She explained how you saw what holding on to a shattered dream was doing to me. But I wasn't in the right frame of mind to listen, and it just felt like you were dismissing my entire life's
It
work.
felt like you were dismissing me. When you were gone for work for those long stints, I felt abandoned, unneeded.
Hey, it's my stuff jumping, bro. I hate that. But trust me, this scene was really good, especially if you watched everything up until there. This nigga right here. Trust me, All American is fine, bro. You definitely missing out. But to answer your question, DeMarcus, about Demetrius Shipp Jr. playing Breeze, I definitely could see him doing it. Yeah, I think he would have been a good Breeze. Yeah. And yes, I do also see could see Kareem being in Legacy. Yeah, I think he'll fit. But what I was gonna say. But anyways, in this situation, I'm a little curious. Talia, yeah, Talia, you watch it because I see you saying, "Oh my God, Billy." So let me ask you this: if you was in Laura's shoes, keep in mind this affair that Billy had happened. I don't know what this affair happened. Let's see. I would say what, like 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago. Granted, it still happened and you didn't know about it, so it feels fresh to you. But do you think it was warranted for her to be as angry as she was at him and nearly divorce him? Would you have felt that way? Also, another question for the fellas: do you think who y'all think was wrong in the situation between Grace and Cory? Because Grace, according to her, she ended up making the affair because Cory was basically pushing her off, not really, fucking with her like that. But at the same time, it probably wasn't cool that she made the children believe that he just left. The question to Leah was, what if you put yourself in great. I mean, in I forget Laura's shoes. Like, let's say you found out that your husband had an affair, like even though it was years ago, like 7, 8 years ago, you found out that your husband had an affair. Would you have felt the same way she did to the point that you nearly would have initiated a divorce? Or you think you would have been like, man, I mean, it was a little while ago. It ain't that serious. So, Kenny, you were saying Grace was wrong in the situation. Have you seen the movie Both Eyes Open with Gail Bean and Tay Diggs? Nope, haven't seen it. I would have felt the way she did. Add in the fact that it was Grace, I would have been high. I was thinking that too. I was like, maybe it's the fact of who it was with mattered that much too, because this is someone that you actually had relations with prior to meeting her, actually. And then on top of that, you moved her son, into y'all house without her knowing that knowledge. So I can kind of, sympathize with that a little bit. But at the same time, man, that shit was 7 years ago. Hold on, is Ali still up in here? Or she left out? Insisted on moving him in too. Had people thinking he was Spencer dad for it. Oh, hey, on God, that writing was fire, bro. The writing was fire on that because they had everybody thinking that was Spencer's dad. Then it turned out it was the possibility of the youngest son. Like that was cold ass writing, bro. That's another thing about All American, bro. All American got some good writers. He said women don't care the fact that you did it. With their history, I would have been asking both of them, are they still some feelings? Because I can go and y'all can have the room. So Ali, are you familiar with this scene? Have you seen All American before? You know what's crazy, Talia? I promise you, I feel like All American had a hidden camera at my house because a lot of the scenes that took place in All American happened to me in real life, bro. I promise you, it's like the shit that happened to me, and then All American to come out with a season about it. I was like, bro, this shit is crazy, bro. How the fuck is this possible? Like, for like that situation right there. Not saying that it was like I had a situation where the girl was mad because of who it was before too, but more notably, the part with the Vegas shit was insane. Like that was me and my relationship to the T during that time period. It was so crazy. So, Ali, would you have felt the same way as Laura then, since you're familiar with the saying? I believe that neglect is also a form of cheating. Some people are greedy to step outside of a marriage, but when depriving your spouse also goes against biblical principles. Neglect is bad because that's what I think neglect is, what can ultimately push actually, further push temptations, and temptations is what's going to lead to the unfaithfulness anyway. Oh, so you haven't seen it? Got you. You said Taj looks like Cliff Mosley. Let me see. Because I'm trying to think about that. Maybe a little bit. I don't know, nigga. To Leo, what you think? They looking like you? What you mean? I've been cutting up like that? Yeah, the worst cheating is with someone from the past. Always makes the present feel like a rebound. Have I ever did that before? Have I ever went back and did something with? I mean, I don't definitely went back and smashed some of my girls from the past before. That don't happen. But while I'm with somebody, I don't think so. Mental and emotional cheating is actually worse than physical cheating. It is. I can agree with that because when you're emotionally, mentally and emotionally attached to it, then that's that's what leads to more than just it was a one time thing. It's actually both of y'all are in this, and it could potentially go somewhere further than that. That's kind of what the situation was with Ghost and Tasha. If you can remember, she was saying she wished it was like that, like just random girl that he found and he just ended up doing something with. Because it'd been much easier for Ghost to just leave her, but the fact that it was Angela, somebody from his past, that was the love of his life, you know, it made it that more challenging. I was in that situation last year dealing with an ex and found out he was in a relationship. Imagine being at home chilling, the nigga leaves, and not 10 minutes later, his bitch knocks on the door. Damn. You can get over emotional cheating. So hold on. Are you saying you can get over emotional cheating as long as it doesn't resort over to physical? Or like even if emotions are attached and then it gets physical, you can get over it. Okay, let me check my time. It's 11:38. He said I hate a messy cheater. I bet not find out. So what's your definition of a messy cheater? Who is Clay Taylor? Taylor. I'm not sure who that is. Ah, nah, I don't. Nah, I don't think he looked like him. Physical is something I can't get over at all. You gave into temptations. I feel that. And I think that's more so a dude thing. Like we care more so about the physical, and the women cares more about the emotional. Taj is the guy that did the morning show with me earlier today, Talia. Your hoes better not play with me and cover your tracks. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't have some good ones. They don't say nothing. Mine's good, bro. The only way my girl would find out about it is I tell her. Cause damn, or she's sneaking through my phone being nosy. But I ain't never had a girl that actually went and like, yeah, me and him doing this and doing that. I ain't never had that. Nah, we like physical too. But you don't think you can get over some just physical more if he's not emotionally attached? Like, let's just say it's somebody that he just met and y'all got drunk and in the despite heat of the moment, whatever, one thing led to another, you end up smashing, but you don't have any fear because dudes, do, men and women in these situations is not the same. Come on, like um a dude can smash a girl like that and then forget about her the next day and don't care two shits about it. A woman, unless she's a hoe, she's not gonna do that with a dude. Emotions has to be attached in order for her to get physical. So that's the difference. You said, "Am I really in a relationship now?" Well, life getting crazy. That's all I'm gonna say. But old school cheating is the best way men had whole families nobody knew about. Old school cheating is the best way men had. I mean, I think that's the problem with the biggest issue. If you're gonna do stuff like that, the rules need to be no, like let's say you with a dude that's like balling out of control, right? Like let's say this nigga got millions upon millions of dollars, even a billionaire, whichever. And every once in a while he might step out, smash a girl, but he always come back home to you. Home is always taken care of. He's handling any and everything you desire. But every once in a while he might, smash a girl on the side. As long as he don't bring home any outside children or bring home any diseases, it ain't that bad. Another way people get caught cheating is STDs. That's true. Bitch better not ever give me no STD. I don't know. She gonna have it for me that day. Better not pass that shit to me. People forget that Kamal Tate played Flip Wigs. I mean, I didn't. I think it'd been cool they would have kept him in it longer. I really wanted Tyrone's character to stay longer. That nigga had this shit jumping. What you cried about? The crazy part about it is I was pregnant when she knocked on. Damn, damn, that nigga ain't shit. Oh man, that nigga ain't shit. What do you think of Cardi B being pregnant by? Bro, that's some crazy stuff. I was gonna cover that in the morning show, but I was like, I'm gonna let Cardi go ahead and have it because they already starting to put misogynistic on my head. So I said, I'm gonna let Cardi B have it. But come on, bro, she tripping. Like that shit makes zero sense to go with a dude who's damn near worse than Offset. That's the crazy part. Yeah, yeah, that's one way that you out of here. You pass a STD, that's it. Cause that means you just out here messy and like you could end up ending my life slowly because you out here loosely just going out there doing shit. Now it'd be a little different if it's like I mean I still wouldn't take you back obviously, but you remember on that Tyler Perry movie, the Gallus Counselor, what the Temptations movie, whatever. She only stepped out with one dude, and he just so happened to have AIDS and got ass. But Yeah, nah. See, I ain't never been burnt a day in my life, and I don't plan on it. I ain't gonna lie. I had one time where I was concerned, and I went and got tested. Not that I was burning or nothing, but I was just concerned because of the situation. But I was good. So, anyways, though, we don't had a whole section that ain't got nothing to do with it. Kind of. She was walking out of the pharmacy slow as hell at the end of that movie, right? Cooked. But anyway, I'm gonna head on over to this next one, y'all. We are at Snowfall. Snowfall, good people. Probably the one, like I said, I don't know. One of the best, definitely one of my favorite shows, and it's definitely it is that good. So this one right here is the only one of the four that's not related to relationships. This one is more so just circumstances based off what has happened. So I got burnt because I had a threesome in college. I still don't know which of them hoes burnt me till this day. Oh shit. I don't forgive cheating, but I haven't been in many relationships, and it's always years in between boyfriends. Well, um, yeah, Tyrone was that dude, bro. He was definitely Tyrone. Probably was my favorite character of All American. Y'all want me to give y'all something else? Something else? True story. That's crazy. There was a movie that it wasn't the same one as All Eyes on Me, right? Um, Diddy's brother or cousin, whichever one. I think it's his cousin, whichever one it was casting for a movie called something on Death Row. I actually still got the script in my email right now. Let me see if I can find it. Something on Death Row. Dang. I can't find it right now. Hold on. Oh, hold on. I think I found it. This is not the. Hold on. This is not the script. This is the photo for it. Yeah. So this is not the script, but this is the. I don't know if y'all can see it. Let me see. This is the email when they were sending me for the casting for the movie. It was the role was to play Tupac, and I don't know if y'all can see it. Ryan Combs, which I think that's Diddy's cousin. It might be his brother. I'm not exactly sure. Anyways, I had an acting. I had an audition where uh, I was going for the role, was in the running, and then this nigga, Demetrius Ship Jr., came out of nowhere and stole the role from me. That's the long story. The short. So yeah, the nigga actually end up grabbing the role from me. How do you feel about Kim Kardashian acting? Lala Anthony is a better actress than. I don't really remember Kim, so I can't say. I don't think I can even remember any that she was in. I know she was in that Tyler Perry movie, but I don't even remember what it was like. It's been so long since I've seen it. Did you ever watch the movie Brotherly Love with Keke Palmer and Quincy Brown? Can't say that I have. I don't think so. This man right here, bruh. This man right here. Anyway, let me go ahead and go on to this next segment, bro. This man right here. Snowfall. Like I was saying, in this particular scene, basically, if you can remember, this is episode. This is season 5, episode 10. You know, after Louie decided she wanted to go behind Franklin's back and get the plug. You know, basically get her cocaine directly from Teddy instead of buying it from Franklin, basically cutting him out. And Franklin got so upset about, you know, her sort of backstabbing him that he decided to quit the organization. And because of him quitting the organization, Teddy ended up robbing him of all of his money, $73 million to be exact. So after Teddy robbed him of the money, he refused to take any of Franklin's calls, and you know, basically, yeah, he refused to take any of Franklin's calls, and basically just ignore him and say, if you want to buy some, you know, product, you need to get it from Louie. So he was trying to ask Louie to set Teddy up so that he can try to, you know, kidnap him and get his money back. And Louie refused to do so. So I'm gonna share the scene. We got the scene right here. For those of y'all that's not familiar, it pretty much, I think, covers most of the things you need to see. Hopefully this one don't be choppy like the All American scene was. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the internet speed or what it is that be doing that. But yeah, hopefully it don't be doing
What happened?
Since you told Jerome, we put a freeze on all our accounts.
Good for you.
I'm sorry he did that to you, Franklin. But I ain't sure what you want me to do about it.
Look, Teddy won't see me, all right? Won't take any of my calls, but he will take yours. So the next time y'all do a deal, I need to know where, and I need to know when.
I can't do that.
Yes, you can.
It's my term. I ain't throwing that away for you.
And what the fuck do you think he's gonna do to you if this is what he does to me?
Well, I don't know, but I'm gonna take my chances.
I don't think you hear what I'm saying to you. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you.
You telling me?
Yeah, because this is all your fucking fault.
How is this my fucking fault?
I only quit because you went behind my back and did that fucking deal. And he only robbed me because I quit.
You see it however you want to, Franklin. This ain't my problem.
That's your fucking problem, Louie.
You gonna shoot me?
If it meant me getting my fucking money back, I would kill you 10 times over. Now you are gonna make that call.
Drop the piece to it now.
You were saying?
Fuck you.
You want him done? Say the word.
Out of respect for Jerome, I'm gonna let you walk away. But from here on out, you and me, we done. I see you again, I'm gonna kill you.
All right. You said I'll be a Timu Tupac. See, actually, if you would have seen me before I grew my hair out and all of that, man, I told folks back in the day, man, I lived and breathed Tupac. Folks just don't know that. You might say I would have said the word. So the question at hand here, especially for the ones that's very familiar with the storyline, keep in mind, because I know Takari said he doesn't watch it. This is his auntie. Keep this in mind. And Louie was a major contributor to the organization getting to the point. Now, obviously, Franklin was the most important piece, no question about it. But she did help him out a lot to get the organization to where it was there. So in this situation, keep in mind though that Louie did backstab Franklin twice actually, because first she went ahead and branched off him, but I kind of understand why she did that. And then she went and got the plug behind his back. So in this situation, people, who is in the wrong? Is it Franklin or is it Louie? Franklin wanted to get out of the game. Louie was actually right. How is that, nigga? Even Chat GPT even says Franklin would win. Of course. Franklin actually got some licks off on Uncle Rome. And Uncle Rome got them hands. Tariq wouldn't get no licks on that nigga. I know. I said at the beginning that this is the only segment where it's not a couples thing. It's just a beef between two people on the show. Hold on. So, Kenny, you saying Franklin? No one told him to try to quit. What you mean? You're saying Franklin was wrong. Got you. Man Boy and Queen Louie were my favorite characters in the show. So mine would be Man Boy and let me see, Man Boy and maybe could be Franklin, Man Boy and Franklin, or Man Boy and or Rome maybe. Bro, Cameron, I'm about to ban you, bro. Stop doing that shit, nigga. Damn, what the hell is wrong with you? He teach your man how to squabble, right? Queen Louie was a beast. The real question: Jerome Saint versus Kane and Starr fist fight. Now, yeah, that's a fight there for sure. Who would I pick? I ain't that's actually tough. I don't know. I think I want to lean Kanan. You said Jerome too strong, nigga. That nigga Kanan strong as hell too. But so I want to know why y'all think that Franklin was wrong though, because now I got to play. Now since the majority is saying Franklin was wrong, I gotta go ahead and play devil's advocate on the other side, because y'all got to think about this. Louie only got into that position that she's in because of him. Also, that's your family. Think about that. And Teddy was willing to do that to you. So at any given time, Teddy could backstab you and do you the same way. Just saying. But I also got to understand though that what he was asking her to do was kind of crazy, because you would have had to just take him out and then you would have had to find a new plug. So that's tough. So Talia, great. You said Louie was wrong. What's the reasoning you're gonna say that Louie is wrong? He said Jerome got a different type of script. Other than Saint Leon and Rome were my faves. I said Scully too. Oh yeah, we got it. We can't forget about Scully for sure. Imagine if you got the role Tupac in season 3 of Bill Mel. I would have did a better job. That's what I would have did. Fo had that mind did that. And I'm not even saying dude was a bad actor. It's just how they did the character that made it bad. He didn't look nothing like the nigga, and then it was just out of place. Like they had the nigga from 96, even though the year was 90, what, 2, 93. It was just a terrible scene. Louie got his whole operation up on day one. What do you mean she got his whole operation up in day one? Well, I'm gonna say this, Ali. In that type of field, you got to be controlling, especially when you got a bunch of niggas that's always fucking up, especially in Ghost situation. Like, look at how many times Tommy was fucking up. Louis got it from hustling hard too, and they asked Franklin. What do you mean by that? Queen Louis was right, and Franklin was dead wrong. I knew you were gonna say that. I think I do fairly well as an actor. They would have had you eating hot pockets on set with that little ass budget. Hold on, what? Oh, were you talking about for BMF? And also, yeah, also was a G for real. When Franklin got fronted by Ivy, and then she connected him to, yeah, you talking about Claudia. That's the reason why I said she played a big part in getting the organization moving. Yeah, but let's be real. She only found a way so that he can get the cocaine sold for that day, which was important. Not saying that it wasn't, but keep in mind, after that incident, Franklin stopped moving product for a little while because he got a little scared, and then he ended up starting back. So it wasn't until he went to Oakland and found out how to rock it up that they really started booming. Louis didn't have nothing to do with that. Now, when Franklin went down, did Louis step up? Yes, which is why she deserves more credit. You ask me, she's the second most important piece to the organization. But I'm just saying, you backstab, she shouldn't have backdoored him like that. I'll say that. Like, you should at least. And then this is the thing. Jerome knew from the get-go that it was going to turn out like that. And so did Oso. If you can remember, Oso and Jerome both knew that it was going to end up like that. Now, it's not Oso's place to intervene with that because he's not part of their immediate family. So why would he get involved with that? Plus, he's working with Teddy. But Jerome, that's your wife. You should have told her, no, we're not doing this. Because, like he said, he don't want to go to war with his own blood. And you know how Franklin was. And also told Teddy, he was like, you think it's a good idea to turn family against each other? And then Teddy was like, Franklin's not the type that'll go to war over that, do you think? And then also was like, he didn't say nothing, but he was like, nah, nigga, I think he will. And absolutely, he was right. Franklin was like pissed the fuck off about that. So I'm just saying she shouldn't have backdoored the man like that. You was doing pretty good. Like she pretty much said that the same episode that, you know, Jerome ended up dying though. She said that. She was like, why couldn't she be happy because they already had money and power, which they did. Why did she need more so bad? Because if she didn't ever do that, let's be real, all of that is prevented. Franklin probably is never going to quit. And even if he did quit, you know what I'm saying? at least he wouldn't have had Louie to blame. It would have been for something else. But he probably wouldn't have never quitted like that. And then, but so yeah, that's pretty much what caused the whole conflict. So I think even if she didn't want to set Teddy up like that, she maybe should have tried to come up with another solution to help him because like the nigga is broke now, and the nigga that you're working for now is the one who did it to him because of the move you did. Who you got, Marvin or Uncle Ron? I knew that was gonna be the next question eventually. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go wrong. I'm gonna go Jerome with that. I mean, but both of them obviously some tough ass niggas. What if you got a role to play in a show that's on Stars? Would you be happy? You know, well, I mean, long as the role that's respectable that I'm willing to do, sure, why not? Stars is pretty big. Louie was worth going her own way, but they still be partner. They asked Franklin to grow. He was selfish. No, no, that's not how that happened. What happened was they wanted to branch off and do things on their own way, which wasn't working because Teddy said that. And the thing is, he didn't want. I mean, obviously, he was controlling. I'm not gonna say he wasn't controlling. He was, but like I said, to a degree, you have to be when it comes to stuff like that. It's life or death, literally. And let me see. And let's also be real. The reason why they got shot at and stuff like that, keep in mind, another major incident that took place was because Louis tried to kill Kane behind their back without saying it. That's another thing. Louis didn't put all her trust in Teddy like Franklin did. True. Now that's part. You said brain back surreptitious. It's crazy that you mentioned that. We got another episode dropping um next month. So yeah, next month I'll be dropping a new episode of that. October, probably late October, maybe before. Who knows? But she came from shit. She wanted to be at the top in her life, which was greed, though. I'm just saying it was. She did backdoor that man because she know good damn well he wouldn't have been okay with her going to the plug behind his back like that and buying product from him directly because that's undercutting him. Like he said, I think he said 80 or 90% of everything he moved went through them. So you cut that nigga out heavily by doing that. Now, if you find your own plug, cool. Go on ahead and do you. I don't think she would have been wrong at all. If she found her own plug that was able to give her the same quality stuff that she felt satisfied with, and she told Franklin, look, I know we family and stuff like that, but to me, this is the better move for me, or for us, and this is how I'm moving. I found a new plug, and I wish you the best. Franklin can't get mad at her after that. If he did, then he'll been dead wrong because you can't get mad at somebody for wanting to grow. But when you steal somebody else's plug that they ended up getting and introducing you to, then that you backdoored him. Here's a question: do y'all think Teddy had really called the bank, or was he bullshitting calling his girlfriend or someone? I think you asked that before, Talia, and in my opinion, I think he did. I think he was actually talking to the bank. That's it. It's crazy, how a lot of that was coming up. But in my opinion, I think he actually was on the phone with the bank. But it would have been a dumb move on Franklin's behalf anyway. He was definitely letting greed get the best of him. Teddy knew he could control Franklin more than Louie and Jerome. Yeah, I mean, he was more. He was definitely too trustworthy with them banks. I mean, I guess he didn't think though, somebody could end up just wiping your accounts like that. Like y'all got to think about the time period that they was in. Like I think if Franklin was in modern day, he probably would have been way more aware. You feel me? Like because that's common for scammers to be able to pull off something like that. But keep in mind, this is the 80s. Nobody was really doing shit like that except the CIA, which this nigga was. We should have got a Ronnie versus Marvin scene with Jukebox popping Ronnie to save her dad. That'd have been cool if they would have went at it. It would have. He never called the bank. That's why Sizzy shot his ass. I disagree. I think he did call the bank. The reason why, which Sizzy ended up saying, the reason why she shot him is that as soon as he got the money, think about this. Everybody in their family would have been in danger. Because remember, right before he made it to the rendezvous point where he was meeting his CIA buddy, um, she was saying, if you would let that man go, nobody would be safe. That baby would not be safe, which is the truth. This nigga, come on, look at how many resources Teddy has. And you meeting with the CIA, a nigga who's over Teddy. You really think they was gonna let him have $37 million and go right into the sunset and not pursue him? What was gonna happen is they was gonna let him have that little money for the time being, strategize, get their people together. They was gonna hunt him down, find him, take the little money that he got remaining, because of course he probably would have spent some of it, and then got revenge on him. And he would have went after Oso, which Oso, keep in mind, Franklin was breaking his promise to Oso, because Oso said, if I do this for you, promise me you are going to take out Teddy, because he can't be allowed to come after me and my family. Franklin was going to let him stay alive because of his greed for that money. So it had nothing to do with him not, actually calling the bank. I believe it had everything to do with she was smart enough to know that Teddy was definitely not going to let that shit go. You can tell what type of man he is. Manbo was actually right saying that family turning on family before he died. Yeah, he definitely did mention that. I think the Alvin part was just a bonus. She was gonna do it anyway. That's the reason why. If y'all got to pay attention to the context of everything or everything that was said that episode. Remember, right before they met with the same guys, right before that scene, Sidney talked to Franklin and said, would you be okay with never seeing me again? Remember that. She said, are you, as long as you okay with never seeing me again, then, we can go through with this. I'm going to go with you to make sure he doesn't kill you, and then we'll never see each other again. She had already had in her head that she was going to kill Teddy right then. It had nothing to do with Alvin. She just wanted that for closure before she killed him. Anybody justifying nothing for Franklin. It's crazy. I always saying somebody justifies something when they ain't agreeing with that. I'm just being keeping it a buck. I'm the one that actually be telling the truth. You tripping. She literally asked him about Alvin, and when he told her, she's yes, but like I said, for closure. She already had in her mind she was gonna kill him before that. She just wanted to know the answer of that. If that wasn't the case, why in the world did she ask? Tell Franklin, "Are you okay with never seeing me again?" Before that scene even happened. I wasn't a Franklin fan until season 6, just like James St. Patrick. Could be partly the cherry on top, but she knew he was not giving Franklin that money, and he would be dead next. Like I said, I think he was actually going to give him the money. He just wasn't going to let him keep it. He was going to hunt him down. Franklin Saint showed his acting chops with Sissy being in prison and Franklin spazzing out. Bro, dude is good, y'all. Like I said this on this channel before, and I told a couple of my friends before. In person, live action, Damson Idris is the best actor I ever seen performing live. It was just crazy when I was actually seeing dude. I was like, this nigga is on another level. That scene hurt like hell, boy. That's your mother. You still alive and you can get money again. But yeah, see, Pride. That's the reason why at the end of the episode, the last episode, the song that they played was Kendrick Lamar's Pride, because that's really what it was. Like he fucked it up with V. What he could have done, like V was trying to tell him, is build it back up. But he was so prideful, and he didn't want to end up having to start over how he was saying it. Because think about it, once you've made millions on top of millions before, it's much easier to gain it back because you already know how to do it. You already got your connections, you know, you already know how to move stuff, you got your respect. He could have easily have, even if he didn't get back the 73 million, all you had to do was move a little bit longer until you got, because keep in mind, he was in the best position. I don't think he was necessarily, well, he was wrong for pointing the gun at his auntie. That part he's wrong about. But I would understand why he was mad at her. But what he should have done, instead of pulling the gun on her and starting the war like he did, he could have just swallowed his pride, worked with Louie, asked her for a certain deal. Like, look, if you're not going to set it up that I can meet Teddy, then I'm gonna need you to throw me a solid. Give me a good deal. Like you selling to everybody else for 12 a key, right? Sell to me for 10. Like maybe worked out, or even 11. Worked out a good deal that he could move up pretty quickly. And then after he did that, made a few millions, bro, you out of the game. You got real estate already. That's all he had to do. Worked with V. What get the real estate. Now you out of the game. Teddy's not holding it over you no more. Put your money in a different place. Now that you know Teddy could do that, and he could have maybe possibly have made it out. Franklin liked them drunks at the corner store saying I had millions. Yeah, he is one of them. What were your favorite scenes in season 6 of Snowfall? My favorite scenes. So, the very ending, since I was there for that, it was the final scene of Snowfall. I gotta say that's in it. And like I told you, it was just amazing acting being put on display. Downson actually, like I said, cursed me the hell out that damn day, but it was because he was in character as a drunk. So he was acting like a drunk while we was there. It was crazy. But anyways, also I think one of my favorite scenes was, I forgot what's his name? Tyne or whatever his name was. The nigga he came up in there and because Kane sent him and the dude was talking shit to Franklin and stuff. He was like, yeah, I know who you are. And this is ain't nobody coming in my house teaching me how to cook my. And then Franklin just hit his ass in the stomach and put his face on the stove. He was like, you said you want to cook, right? Cook then, nigga. I think that absolutely top 3 for sure. Franklin scenes of season 6 for sure. Well, scenes in general. He should have took some of that anger out on Peach's grimy ass. Well, he did eventually. When he found him, keep in mind he couldn't find the nigga at first. Ooh, I gotta hurry up and get ready to wrap this thing up though, so I gotta move to the next one. But yeah, I'm enjoying this Snowfall segment. When Leon was walking with Franklin and he told the cameraman he wasn't gonna be shit or something like that. You talking about when he was saying he's free? Basically, why can't they take it away? They took everything else. And then he was like, I'm proud of you. You're the best friend I ever had, all of that. That was season 5, though, Talia, when they had the Tiger situation. But anyways, though, like I said, I got to move on to the last topic because I really only got about 25, 30 more minutes at best. So, final scene, Tasha and Ghost, basically, people. Now, I think this one right here, this is one everybody's going to be able to relate to, obviously, because that's the show everybody watch. But and I think I know pretty much what everyone's gonna say, probably. Hey, we might get some different answers out here.
Business is the only place I can get.
Now, in this particular scene, this is kind of what you would probably say the beginning of the end of the Ghost and Tasha relationship. He had already expressed to her in season 1. I mean, I said season 1, episode 1. Well, basically, he asked her when we met, what did you think we were going to be? She only saw him as a drug dealer. Long story short, right? So, with that being said, you could tell he was a tad bit hurt about that, but he decided to keep going on. And then he made one more attempt to try to get some reasoning out of her, letting her know that, we can't keep doing this shit for forever. So we'll go ahead and review the scene for people to review because a lot of people maybe haven't seen it in a while. Although you're familiar, you haven't seen it in a while.
Your attention. I went to the bank. I saw the vault. Did you think I wouldn't notice? Did you think I wouldn't notice what you took?
I had to use that money to open the club. It had to be a cashier's check from our legit accounts. Couldn't give the state liquor motherfucker a stack of hundreds covered in coke dust. The truth is, Tasha, it's my money.
Don't you dare start that shit, Ghost. I helped you earn every goddamn penny. You could have told me up front how much this club would cost. You could have said something. But you sent me into that bank like Boo-Boo the fool don't know shit about what you're doing.
You saw how much money we got in there. We ain't in no danger of going broke.
It ain't about the money. Since when do you lie to me? Since when do you hide shit?
I didn't think you'd understand.
Why don't you try me? I'm a smart girl, remember?
I'm doing this for us. It's our escape plan.
Escape from what?
I don't know any old wrinkled drug dealers. They're either dead.
Really quick, that's pretty much the whole thing. But still, really quick, I'm curious. When he told her right here, I'm doing this for us, do y'all think he was actually doing it for us, or did he have a different intentions on down the line?
They're either dead or inside, Tasha. That doesn't scare you?
No, because they're not you. They're not as good as you.
This club is the dream. We can get out. We can have it all.
We already have it all.
Crazy. That's what she's saying. Okay, I'm see I missed a lot of comments. Let's go up. He should have took some of that anger out on Peach's grind. I seen that. When Leon was walking, okay, I seen that. When Saint and Oso was in the cage, saw that. Okay, this is where I stopped at. Who is the best woman for Franklin Saint? Tananse, Melody, or Veronique? Okay, so I mean, obviously, all of them were at different times of his life. I mean, honestly, probably V, because to know that to Monse, I think her name was, it may have been Tananse, whatever. She obviously, ended up, kind of doing some trifling shit to him. Even though, she did that in the beginning and then changed up later, it don't matter. The fact that you were capable of that means you're damn near capable of anything. But also with Melody, the fact that, Franklin was in the game and she probably never would have been okay with that. You would have had a basically a struggle trying to, balance between two worlds with her. Now, some kind of way she would have been able to be okay with that, then maybe. But the fact that Veronique was, and Veronique had a special set of skills that could actually help him with what he was dealing with, I'm gonna have to go with her. It's like Melody is kind of like what, you know, Angela and Lauren was for Tariq and Ghost. To Nance would be something like you know, she would be something like Effie, I guess. And then Veronique would be like low key like Diana. It's crazy. It's very similar. Do y'all think that Peaches was left handed? I mean, no. Didn't know Snowfall. Yep, Snowfall is on Hulu. Yeah, Tide. That's who I was talking about. Motherfucking Tide. I had stopped watching. I had stopped Snowfall. Then we started it because I couldn't get into it at first. I think I may have had a similar approach to that at the very beginning. Then I watched it again and then turned out to fucking love it. Fuck his hurt that he conditioned Tasha's mind to be the biggest drug dealer. That's crazy. That's crazy work. That's a huge decision to not tell your wife. What? That he took out money for a club? That ain't no huge decision. Franklin spazzing out on Caesar was my favorite scene in season 6. That was a great scene too. Absolutely. You ruined my fucking life, you fucking bitch. That man was he was tatted up on her, bro. And she couldn't do nothing but just hang his head. So hey, I think that nigga is the epitome of a true crash out. Cause that man was crashing out on Snowfall. Ghost was gonna make sure Tasha was good financially down the line, even if they broke up. Facts. Now that is the truth. Ghost is already gone. Perhaps. Now I think he was doing it for them at first, but she didn't want it, so he found someone that did. Thank you, Talia. Finally, a woman that is being honest about the situation. Because I'm telling you, I think even with Angela being there, it would have. I think it would have been a problem. But if she was to supported his dream from the beginning and been like, you know what, that's what you want to do, let's do it, and stood by him through thick and thin, I think he would have eventually got over it and made the decision to be like, you know what, I got to choose my family first. But the fact that she, you know, was refusing to do that, plus he was already into Angie, just made it that much easier for him to just keep going with what he was going with. Where the Block Brothers? I don't know what them folks say. Ain't they keeper? It was their money. Now that part I agree with. Tasha, since she was running the books, she played a very important part in, getting their money. He was the more important piece, but still, she absolutely was, important. So he can't just say it's my money. Melody is who he popped upon when he left her that came. Yeah. And that was actually one of my favorite scenes there too. I love when he was turning up on her. But V took his money and his baby and dipped. True. But this is what I'm saying. If he would have the only reason why she took the money and left like that is because he scared her. Let's be honest. He grabbed her throat and told her, "Don't ever go behind my back." She was scared after that. Because keep in mind, she was willing to go against her own mama for it, for him. But after he did that, she was like, "Yeah, this nigga is unstable. He could end up seriously hurting or killing me any day. I need to dip." He should have taken her advice and rebuilt the everything, and it would have took them a little longer than he initially wanted, but they have still been alive and able to work some stuff out. So yeah, I think she was the best fit for him, regardless of her leaving. I mean, she left because he scared her. I'm not Tasha fan, but like that, but that's all cap. That's that cap. Angela always believed in his legit dreams. When he said he wanted to open a club in Miami, but it would take a while, she said, "You'll get there. You got here." Ghost fell in love with her all over again. Facts. That was a major turning point to Leah. You see the difference. One of them telling you, no, keep doing what you're doing, which is dangerous. You can end up getting killed or arrested with. Plus, putting your own children at risk. And the other one, you tell her about your dreams, and she tell you some encouraging words, and she's there to support you. Like that. That's something that'll make any man decide, damn, I really mess with her. This is who I would rather be with. Off topic subject. Why didn't Tariq give Davis the bag when he gave Davis the blue diamond ring? Zeke death was because of Tariq. You just want to blame something about this nigga Tariq. But I mean, hold on. Why would he have given him the bag though? I mean, that don't make sense. I don't see a reason why he should have gave him the bag. Oh yeah, I forgot that he did that. Okay, I see why she left. But she could have left the money or at least something. Now that I agree with you with. She didn't have to take everything from the man like that. But also, that just goes to show Franklin being a little too trustworthy. Like how you get hit with the okie doke twice. Teddy done got 73 million from you. And now you got this girl that's not your wife yet. She's carrying your child, cool. But you got a girl that can have access to wipe out your account without your signature, and you just let it go like that. After what happened to me with Teddy, there's no way in hell just letting that shit fly. Like she was tripping. I mean, he was tripping. I would have definitely had it that maybe she could still be on the account, but I was like, look, in order for any money can be moved out, both of us has to sign off on it. Tasha doing the books made her an employee, not necessarily a business partner. Nobody closes. That's why I say he was the bigger piece. Nobody closes escrow on a club with cash. You have to pay using a wire transfer or a cashier's check. Yeah. Angela and his ambitions fucked the whole family and operation up. I mean, I can agree with that to a degree, only because he already had a family. Like, but at the same time, as his wife, she should have been more. Tasha should have been more supportive of him. Wasn't the plan over by time he gave Davis the ring though? No, no. He gave Davis the ring before Mecca even noticed the bag was missing. I wish Michael Lee was in the live because there is no support 2026 or Stephen H. Michael Lee has interesting takes and think outside the box. But all you gotta do is stop going in here doing that crazy crap he be doing, and he can stay in there. All right, what time is it? We got 12:37. So what's the question again? Who's wrong, Ghost or Tasha? Um, Basically, yeah. Who's wrong in this situation? Because Ghost ended up going, to Tasha. I mean, to Angela, ultimately after this situation, and the reason being is possibly because Tasha didn't, Tasha didn't support his dream here. We can't do the gray area. They both wrong. We're not doing the gray area. We choosing somebody. No gray area, Ali. No gray area. They both wrong. That's all it is every time. They that one statement should have never destroyed your marriage. I mean, although you are right, but we still got to lean towards somebody. He should have been more honest with Tasha from the beginning. Tasha should have supported him no matter what, because that's her husband. That part of her, of for better, for worse. Yeah, and I think that's a bad thing that's just going on in general today. Folks literally have forgotten that for better or for worse part. Like they that should just get thrown out the window as soon as they get hurt by something that they feel like they can't take. Tasha was wrong for not supporting her husband and for wanting him to not want better for himself and his family. How did you say goes wrong there? Okay, so um I guess I'll say this from a marriage perspective thing, Ghost is wrong because he absolutely could have been more transparent with her and let her know, look, because let's just be real, Ghost was an alpha. I gotta be honest about the situation. Ghost was an alpha. If he really wanted to, he could have put the squeeze on her and just told her instead of asking her. See, that's the problem with this partnership bullshit. I don't want to hear no partnership shit. Somebody has to be the leader, and nigga, it's you. So you tell her, look, we don't did enough. We don't got made enough money. We got clubs now. We got the watching for. If Tommy wants to keep working in the game, hey, that's his business. I'll turn over the business to Tommy, but I'm going to keep working the club and make it better for our family so that we can be safe. So that's the move. Tasha would have eventually got on board. Now she still was messed up for obviously trying to keep him in the mental state of wanting to continue to do that and not seeing the bigger picture. But to be honest, shoot, women do that from time to time. You got to get them to see that the damn bigger picture. So I'm gonna say, from the marriage perspective, like I mean, let's be real, he was the one who left, so he's wrong with that. But in the situation, she's dead wrong for not holding up her end and supporting. You said it was never going to get better. I don't know, cause from I mean obviously I haven't been married before, but from what I've been hearing, things like that happens all the time. You just got to find a way to you know keep the marriage going. Stop being so quick to give up on each other. If Tariq would have given the bag to Davis when he fenced the blue diamond ring, Diana wouldn't never looked in the bag and Zeke would be alive. I understand that, DeMarcus, but what I'm saying is it just didn't make sense because during that time, you know, they didn't know about the bag. That's what you're forgetting. When he first gave Davis the bag, I mean the ring, that was before Mecca was like, I need the bag. I need that bag back. So that's when Tariq staged the plan on how to move with the bag. So he didn't have a reason to give Davis the bag at the time when he gave him the ring. Now later, could he have given him the bag? Sure. Because I don't even think Mecca knew about Davis. But either way, they did it for the writing perspective so that they can end up landing it that way. But yeah, he could have found anybody. Like he could have gave the bag to Brayton. He could have gave the bag to Effie. Like you gonna tell Diana not to look in the bag, knowing good damn well that girl knows it like that. When you get married with standard vows, you agree to love, cherish, honor, and obey. That means you getting out the game wasn't negotiable. Let me make sure I'm following you. So you're saying that it shouldn't have been negotiable as far as Tasha thinking to get out of the game or not, or you're saying Ghost should have never tried to get out of the game. It's hilarious that wouldn't tell Kane what was in the bag, however, knew that Diana would look into the bag. Hmm. Ghost is wrong for not telling Tasha the truth about Club Truth. Well, obviously he was wrong for that, but I mean, ain't that big of a deal. I'm sure Mecca knew about Davis. Remember, he paid Davis for Zeke trial. That's true. Forget about that. That is true. But would he have thought? He probably just thought he was an attorney, though, that he wasn't involved in all of that. He knew about him, yeah, but not as far as his ties within the organization and knowing what they do. So it's possible he never would have came after Davis, thinking he had the bag. So you saying Tariq wanted her to look in the bag? Yeah, that I'm actually curious of that. That's kind of so. Let me ask you this then, Ali. What was Tariq's motive to have her look in the bag? Say he's not a genius, but he's a slick manipulator. All right, though. I actually got about probably 10 more minutes at best, and I gotta wrap this up. I'm saying when Ghost said his family was getting out the game, Tasha should have supported her husband's decision without questioning. That's 100% the truth. So you think he wanted to expose Monet? What would have been his reasoning for wanting to expose Monet though? It's causing friction in the Tyler family the whole time. But why would Tariq care about any of that? Why would he want her to expose? Yeah, because I don't know. I don't think he actually wanted me personally. I don't think he actually wanted her to look in it. because I don't think he needed a reason to kind of, expose Monet because the way he was looking at it, he was trying to get that 2 million from Mecca. And as long as he got that 2 million from Mecca, he was already saying, you know, he was going to get out the game. That was his mentality. Hey, who knows? I don't know. He was trying to get out the game at that point and from under Monet. Yeah, he was, but Monet had already agreed to let him go, unless you're saying he maybe was doing that for insurance, but I still don't see how that would prevent her from still coming after him. Let's just say he did manage to get the 2 million. It wouldn't have changed much, I don't think. Like them seeing the passport stuff, all that would have potentially did is let the family know that basically Dante was trying to the moves he was trying to make, and I don't know. I really don't see that reasoning really. Anyways, people, I'm about to get ready to go ahead and prepare to get up off here. Not a great live with the peeps. Appreciate everybody that stopped through. Y'all always do me well. Make my job easier getting through this. Tariq and Monet's relationship was special, and Diana was so in love with Tariq the first 2 seasons. I hate the way that the new writers turned Book 2 into a circus. Yeah, it didn't make no sense for them to have Diana go 360 like that and was willing to turn on, especially somebody you lost your virginity to. Terrible writing. 100%. I used to watch Family Business. Speaking of Family Business, the newest one, New Orleans, I missed the shoot for that, man, and that nigga got so mad, and that fool blocked the casting director for that blocked the hell out of me, and to this day, this nigga would not speak. So I don't know. They don't block me from Family Business, but yeah, I used to watch it. I watched it up until I think I watched the first 3 seasons. I haven't seen it since. I don't think I've seen season 4 and so on. But I thought it was pretty solid. Anyways, yeah, I'm about to go ahead and get up off here, people. Catch a lot of y'all in the morning, or perhaps in the late live tomorrow. Much love and respect for everybody that stopped through. But until next time, I'ma holler at y'all.